Hey guys, this is Abhishek from GadgetShoes.com, and today we are here at the ZTE booth at Mobile World Congress 2014, and we have the ZTE Nubia Z5S Mini. Z5S Mini is the mini version of Z5S which we have seen earlier. We have done a hands-on of that one as well. This device on the other hand is the mini version of that one, and it has little bit specification which are on the downgrade if you compare it with the Z5S, whereas these specifications are not bad at all. Let me just go through that. And first of all, if we take a look over the phone, this phone is much more handy and much more easy to actually hold it in one hand. It has a matte finish back side, a back cover which again cannot be removed. And again, I'm guessing, okay, it can be removed, but we cannot remove it as of now. This device has the loudspeaker over here at the bottom, as you can see. The micro USB port for data syncing and charging is over here. We have the camera on this device, which is a 13 megapixel camera at the back with LED flash, and it is an autofocus camera. You have a secondary microphone on this device. At the top you have the 3.5mm audio jack. Over here you have the power and sleep key, which is a metal button. On this side you have no buttons, nothing, and on this side you have the volume rocker. So power and sleep key and volume rocker are actually placed on different sides, you can say. The power and sleep key is actually at the top. And again, this phone is around 4.7-inch display, so you can easily hold this phone in one hand, and one-handed usage of the phone will not be an issue because the phone display is not that high. And again, when we talk about the processor, you have got a Qualcomm 1.7 GHz processor. The chipset is APQ8064, which is the current chipset which we have on this device. The weight of the device is something which is very good, and it is only 120 grams. So it is fairly light and very much closer in terms of the weight as compared to an iPhone 5. And again, when we talk about the overall form factor and the size of the phone is equally good to hold in one hand. Although the display will get kind of fingerprints very easily, but it is also resistant to scratches to an extent. When we talk about the overall form factor, the form factor of the phone is good. The phone is lightweight, good for one-handed usage. The front camera on the device is a 5 megapixel camera. It is a fixed focus camera. At the bottom we have the capacitive button, home button, and here you have the back and menu key. And again, this phone in terms of the overall design is exactly the same as we have seen on the ZTE Nubia 5S. And again, when we talk about the overall specifications, the specifications are good. It has a 2000 milliampere hour battery which can be removed. When we talk about the thickness of the phone is pretty light. It's pretty less actually. It is around 7.6 millimeter in terms of the overall thickness. And when we talk about the sensor, we have gravity sensor, gyroscope, proximity, compass sensor as well. Now let's take a look over the software UI. The software UI on this phone is again not stock Android. It is kind of optimized in terms of the overall UI. The custom UI is there which come from ZTE in almost all of their phones. And again, this is how the UI look like. It is very simple. Although you do not have app drawer, but you can have the option of increasing the number of home screen. You can have maximum 9 home screen on this device. Let's take a look over the notification center. So this is how the notification center look like, and once we go under notifications, we can see that the version of Android which is running on this device is Android 4.2.2. and once we go back, let me just go back. Okay, you have touch capacitive buttons over here, as you can see, which are small dots which will light up whenever you tap on them. And again, they're pretty good in terms of the design because they're kind of minimalistic in terms of the look and feel. They does not look bad in terms of the look and feel. You don't get to see those ugly icons which I see on some other Android phones out there. And again, when we take a look over the storage scenario, so let's take a look over the storage as of now. So as far as storage is concerned, the storage of this device is around 16 GB, and out of that around 8.67 GB is available, and the total available is 10.09 GB out of 16 GB, which is again pretty good. And when we talk about the micro SD memory card, you do have that supported, so you can insert a micro SD memory card into this device. But again, you won't be able to install applications from the micro SD memory card on this device as of now. When we take a look over the application scenario, when we talk about the RAM, so it has around 2 GB of RAM, as you can see, and out of 2 GB of RAM, around 333 MB of RAM is being used, whereas 1.5 GB of RAM is free, which is fairly good for a display device of this size basically. And again, the device is responsive and there is no lag, and the amount of free RAM is also pretty good. When we talk about the phone dialer, let me just show you the phone dialer as well. Here we have the phone dialer, and again on the phone dialer you do not have the option of making a video call directly from here. When we take a look over the messaging application, let me just show you the messaging application as well. This is how the messaging application look like, and once you open a message, And again, you do have continuous input supported on the typing. You do have the option of enabling the 3:4 keyboard, which is as of now, and you can also type in the QWERTY keyboard. And again, the display size of this size is a little bit small, so you might face some problem while typing on this device initially. But again, the key size are pretty big, and you will be able to type on this device both in the portrait mode as well as in the landscape mode, as we have experienced. Apart from this, you also have the option of creating a portable Wi-Fi hotspot with the help of 3G internet. You have the tethering option supported. USB tethering is also supported. You do have location access, so you can use this device for GPS navigation as well. So in all, this device is a complete powerhouse, and again, in terms of specifications as well, this device is pretty good. You do have some motion gestures supported. When it comes to the display, let me just check out. Okay, you do have support for automatic brightness as well, and when it comes to wallpaper, you can have different kind of wallpapers which are supported on this device. So in all, this device is going to be a pretty good device in terms of the hardware. Let's see at what price it comes in India, and at what point of time basically it comes in India. It seems like a pretty decent device, good in terms of specification. The display is good. When we talk about the markets, it is going to definitely come in the markets like Latin America, Europe, before it comes to India, but it will definitely come to India. And when it comes to the backside is right now white, but you can change it with different colors, because the back cover actually comes in white, green, pink, yellow and blue color as well. So you can change the color of the device. Although the front of the device will always remain like this, it will be a black bezel, as you can see over here, apart from the display. And let me just now show you the camera to show you the overall performance of this device as far as camera is concerned before we conclude this review. So I have my iPhone 5 over here, and let me just take a photo of my iPhone 5 with this. Which is good about this device, and before I actually show you the camera does have a burst shot mode, in which you can actually choose a time interval at which you would like to take different burst shots. And for example, if we set the time interval to 0, and if you would like to take a photo of this device as of now, we can tap here and it will start taking these photos, as you can see. So it will start taking these photos, which will get saved on your camera roll. And let me just stop it and show you one of the photos which we have captured. So we do have tap to focus on this device, and the overall quality of the photo which you get from the camera is pretty good. As if now we do not have much amount of light falling on the object, and you can compare this object with the actual image over here which we have, and again the object and the image looks almost the same, and there is not much difference. Both the colors as well as the amount of details which I can see in the photo which has been taken from the camera on this device is pretty good. Let me just show you the front camera view as well, so that you can get an idea about the front camera. So let me just toggle the same. So this is how the view will look like from the front camera, and it is pretty good, I would say. Pretty good for doing a good video chat. Again, you won't be able to do a high definition video chat, but it looks like a decent quality of video which you will be able to broadcast from the front camera on this device. So in all, we would like to give a thumbs up to this device. This device is pretty good in terms of hardware specification. Let's see at what price it comes to Indian market, and when it comes to Indian market. We will keep you posted whenever it comes to Indian market. We will do a detailed review of this device once it comes. Do let us know if you have any specific question for this device. We would love to help you. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.